Breaking developments out of London have sent shockwaves through both the United Kingdom and the international community. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has reportedly been taken into custody in connection with an ongoing investigation tied to his past associations with Jeffrey Epstein. Authorities confirmed that a man in his 60s was arrested in Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office. While officials have not publicly identified him by name, multiple sources indicate the individual in question is Andrew. Police also confirmed that searches are underway at properties in both Berkshire and Norfolk. He remains in custody as investigators continue their inquiries. This latest development appears to stem from recently released documents connected to the Epstein case. According to those files, there are allegations that while serving as the UK's trade envoy, Andrew may have forwarded confidential communications to Epstein. If proven true, such actions could constitute a serious breach of public trust, given his official role representing British economic interests overseas.
During his tenure as trade envoy, Andrew traveled extensively to countries including China, Vietnam, Singapore, and Hong Kong, promoting British business relationships. However, investigators are now scrutinizing emails that allegedly show sensitive material being shared during that period, including correspondence dated as late as 2010. Notably, that timeline raises additional questions, as it comes after Epstein had already faced legal consequences in the United States. The issue also revives scrutiny surrounding Andrew's widely criticized 2019 television interview, where he claimed he had cut ties with Epstein years earlier. Newly surfaced communications appear to challenge that narrative, intensifying public concern. It is important to note that Andrew has consistently denied any criminal wrongdoing, particularly regarding prior allegations connected to Epstein. Buckingham Palace has yet to release an official statement on this arrest, but pressure is mounting. The arrest of a senior royal figure and the brother of the reigning monarch is unprecedented in modern royal history. The implications for the monarchy could be profound.
But this may only be the beginning, because as the investigation unfolds, even bigger constitutional and political questions are emerging, questions that could shake the monarchy and government to their core. And what happens next could redefine Britain's future. As news of the arrest spreads, attention has quickly turned to the broader consequences for the British monarchy. Royal analysts are describing the moment as historic, even seismic. Never in recent memory has a senior member so close to the throne faced arrest under such serious allegations. While this case centers specifically on potential misconduct in public office, not the separate criminal accusations tied to Epstein's trafficking crimes, the reputational damage could be immense. Andrew, once second in line to the throne, still remains within the line of succession. Though he stepped back from royal duties years ago, his status has never fully disappeared. The optics of police conducting searches at royal residences, including properties connected to the king's private estate, underscore the gravity of the moment. Constitutionally, the situation is delicate. The monarch cannot be prosecuted under British law. However, if any evidence were to suggest prior knowledge or involvement by other senior figures, it would trigger an unprecedented constitutional dilemma. At this stage, there is no indication of such evidence, but speculation alone has intensified public debate. The palace now faces a narrow path forward. On one hand, it must demonstrate transparency and respect for the rule of law. On the other, it must avoid interfering in an active police investigation. Public trust in the monarchy, an unelected institution dependent on credibility, may now be at its most fragile point in decades. Meanwhile, the scandal's ripple effects extend beyond the royal household. Allegations involving former government officials and diplomatic figures have surfaced in related document releases. Political opponents are already seizing the moment, raising concerns about institutional accountability at the highest levels. The Prime Minister has publicly stated that no one is above the law, a phrase that now carries enormous weight.
For now, Andrew remains in custody as investigators determine whether formal charges will follow. The coming days will be critical, because this is no longer just about one man's alleged misconduct. It's about whether Britain's most powerful institutions can withstand the storm that is now gathering. And the next announcement from authorities, or from the palace, could change everything.